because there are those of us who believe that in line with our Constitution, Honorable Speaker, every Kenyan has the right to assume, or rather to carry the presumption of innocence until you are proven guilty by a competent court of law. And it is indeed true, Honorable Speaker, that the Honorable ICHUNGWA has been charged in court, but there is no court in the Republic of Kenya that has passed any judgment on the Honorable ICHUNGWA, on the Honorable Mithika Linturi, and indeed, Honorable Speaker, it is worth noting that the criminal case that had been leveled against Honorable Mithika Linturi, or Senator Linturi, was actually withdrawn by the office of the DPP, Honorable Speaker. I know those in the minority, Honorable Speaker, did observe that the Honorable Linturi, without prompting from anyone, volunteered information to the committee that he had another close to 35 cases in court. But he was emphatic that none of those cases that he's prosecuting in court, or the cases that he has in court, are criminal in nature. They are all civil cases. And therefore, Honorable Speaker, it was with that in mind that we thought, those of us in the majority, and I want to beg with this House to agree with the majority, that these two nominees are presumed innocent until they are proved guilty in a competent court. And since that has not happened, Honorable Speaker, it is only right that we give them the benefit of doubt. And in line with our statutes, Honorable Speaker, and our Constitution, should any of them, even those who have no cases in court, Honorable Speaker, should any of these nominees ever be found guilty of any criminal offense, Honorable Speaker, it is within the powers of this House to impeach and recall that cabinet secretary. And indeed, we did put that question to one of the nominees, whether if they were to be found guilty, they would be willing to take responsibility. And I believe many of them, or rather most of them, those who had cases, were emphatic that should they be found guilty, they would be willing to take responsibility like others before them, Honorable Speaker. But it's only fair, Honorable Speaker, that we ensure, Honorable Speaker, that we do not become the judiciary. We allow the judiciary to do their work. We allow the office of the DPP to do its work without interfering with their work. And even these nominees are not in any way interfering with the cases that had been filed against them. Even the one whose case was withdrawn was on the DPP's own volition, upon the complainant voluntarily withdrawing the case that had been filed against the Honorable Mithika Linturi. Honorable Speaker, the other issue that had been raised, Honorable Speaker, is on the nomination of the Honorable Wycliffe Musalia Mudavadi as the Prime Cabinet Secretary, Honorable Speaker. And Honorable Speaker, you will remember, Honorable Speaker, when this issue was raised before the committee, in our first meeting, you did address it, Honorable Speaker, and appreciating, Honorable Speaker, that it is within the powers of the President under Article 132 and Article 152, Sub-Article 2, as read together with Section 10, Subsection 1 of the National Government and Coordination Act number 1 of 2013, it is within the powers of the President to appoint, to designate the title and assign functions